What is going on, YouTube people? Today, we are going to talk about how to find these little gems at retail. We all know online is cooked. If you do not have a bot, it takes a miracle to actually get an order to go through. So, most of us are going to have to find it the retail route. And that means going to a brick and mortar Target, Walmart, Meijer, whatever you got around you. I'm going to focus in on those three specifically: Target, Walmart, and Meijer, because that is the three that I am the most familiar with their process. Now, I see a lot of misinformation about how this works in various Facebook groups, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Discord, etc. By the way, I do have a Discord. If you want to join, the link is in the description to the video down below. But no two stores are the same. So if you post on Facebook, hey, when does Prismatic Evolutions restock at Target? And someone says Wednesday, that does not mean your Target restocks on Wednesday. If you check the online in-stock things, like on Target's website specifically, or the app, and you go to look to see, hey, how many of these are in stock at my local store? And it says there's 50 of them there. And you run there and there's none there. That's because those are notoriously inaccurate. This is very much one of those situations where everything is going to be unique to you and your individual area. So what does that mean? It means you have to put in the work. This is a boots on the ground type situation. You cannot expect to just luck box your way into these. And even if you have good information, you still might not get any product, because let me tell you how it really works behind the scenes. A lot of the restockers of the stores have side deals or arrangements with people already. This started up back in the COVID days, and a lot of those relationships remain intact. I saw it on the sports card side all the time. I still see it to this day, where they will text certain people, or they just know the schedule on when the person is going to stock. And that kind of leads into the important part here. I don't know how many people realize this or not. Maybe this is common knowledge at this point, but I still see the question get asked a lot online, so I assume that it's not. Trading cards at Target, Walmart, etc. are not stocked by the stores. A third-party vendor is coming in to do it. So the stores are not even allowed to stock those sections. Even if the product's sitting there, a lot of the times they will tell you they are not allowed to touch those boxes because it is not technically their product. Target uses Excel. Walmart and Meijer uses MJ Holdings. You'll see those white and black MJ Holdings boxes around. And I think Excel is just a regular cardboard box. They'll be on little dollies. They'll bring them up, and then they'll load the shelf. So what that means is there is a rep that goes around and travels to each store that stocks each individual store. Now, people are creatures of habit. We all are. Typically, what I've seen, and I can only speak to my area in Northeast Ohio, most of the stores restock pretty regularly on the same days. So if you know one of your local Target usually gets restocked on Mondays because that's when the vendor is there, odds are they always go on Mondays. And once again, people are creatures of habit. It's usually pretty easy to figure out a rough idea of what time the store is stocked. A simple trick you could use is, and they usually stock weekly. So you would have to commit to this for about a week or so. All you got to do is check to see what the shelf looks like in the morning, maybe on your way into work, and then stop on your way home. If it looks different, if the stock levels have changed, guess what? You just figured out your restock day. And now, going forward, you know what day to check. I've seen a lot of people saying they're lining up at their Targets and Walmarts on Friday the 17th, which is release day for this product, to run out and get it. Spoilers, if that's not the MJ Holdings or Excel Marketers restock day at that store, not going to be on the shelf. This is not like a video game. This is not Madden 25 coming out, and it comes out on a very, very specific day of the week, at least when you're dealing with these retail entities. But if you know what day your store stocks, and assuming most people are creatures of habit, and most stores will stock on the same day, around the same time, give or take, you know what day you need to check in. And I get it. Everyone has different schedules, different responsibilities, this, that, the other thing. But at least you then know what day of the week to swing by to see if you even got a chance. And like I said, you could have it down cold. There's a good chance it's already getting backdoored before it even hits the shelf. Keep that in mind. Do keep that in mind. You could put in all this work and then nothing comes of it. And it's really not a lot of work. It's literally stopping at a store, walking in for 2 seconds, looking at the shelf, and walking back out again. It's that simple. But that's the ultimate thing. You have got to put the boots on the ground. You have got to go to the store and check it. You cannot rely on the employees to tell you, working at Target. And don't be mean to the poor employees at Target and Walmart. They're retail associates. They don't get paid enough to deal with card drama and nonsense. My general plan for this is going to be, if I run into something, great. I used to know when most of my Targets and Walmarts restocked in the general area. I have not kept up to date on it for a while because there really hasn't been that much there's not been a need to chase these sort of things on a retail release like this. So I'm a little rusty. I don't know if the restock days are the same. I vaguely remember what they were before, but vendors could have changed. It's been a couple of years since I've had to even think about this. But I had great success executing this in the past in regards to just a very simple strategy to figure out what day it restocks on. I'm not saying you need to be there side by side with the vendor as he stocks the shelves or anything crazy like that, or follow him store for store or any of that nonsense. But you could narrow down what your restock day is pretty easily just by putting in a little bit of time. And that is the other thing to keep in mind. Depending on your area, if you have multiple stores, like for me, I have Targets and Myers nearby. Those are both stocked by MJ Holdings. If you have multiple stores like that in a close proximity to each other, odds are if they're restocking one on, say, Tuesday, spoilers, they're probably also restocking the one 5 miles away on Tuesday as well. Obviously, the time is going to be different, but you would at least know, oh, okay, every Tuesday I need to make the rounds to my retail stores if you are indeed hunting for this stuff. Same thing with Targets. Like I said, they use Excel, not MJ Holdings. So if you have 3 Targets within a 30-minute drive of you, that might give you, once you narrow down the day at 1, that would give you the information that, oh, okay, cool. This one that's 5 minutes away from my house gets restocked every Wednesday. There are 2 other Targets within a half an hour. I bet you those probably get restocked on Wednesdays too. They might not. Their territories are weird sometimes, but it's not a bad estimate, not a bad guessing point of saying, or make an educated guess based off that information in regards to, oh, okay, if they're restocking here on Wednesday, they're probably also restocking at the 120 minutes away on Wednesday, especially if you don't have any others around. Where I live in particular, there are Targets freaking everywhere. So it gets a little weird on the restocks, but that's all I got. I just wanted to give you a little bit of tips and tricks. Like, I see these questions get asked constantly, and I see a lot of misinformation, especially along the lines of, oh, I'm going to, I'll be there on Friday. Now, if your Target stock day is on Friday or Walmart stock day is on Friday, they might be on the shelf. They also might not. It might take until the day that they come around to restock. And like I said, the employees are not going to be able to go into the back and pull product off the shelves 99% of the time. And like I said, don't be surprised when you go if the product never sees the shelf, or if there's already someone standing next to the vendor loading it all into their cart. Most retail outlets will not put a limit up. They just don't. Now, I do not know how like GameStop, Best Buy, Costco, places like that handle theirs. I think that's a little bit different because that's their own product. It's not a vendor coming in to stock it. That's the difference. Specifically with Target, Walmart, and Meijer, they have a vendor that's doing it versus it actually being part of store inventory. So they can put it out whenever they want. So just remember, if you are going to go out into the wide world and you are going to chase this stuff, be nice to people. Don't be an idiot. Don't push little kids out of the way. Don't cause a scene. You don't want to end up on an Instagram reel. Just before you do something dumb, just think, do I want my face on a 30-second Instagram reel for eternity of me knocking over a 5-year-old for a box of cards with a squirrel on the front of it? If you do, more power to you. That's not what I'm in this for. That's all I got. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.